Tomorrow morning, the eyes of much of the world will be on Washington for the opening of the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum. And tonight, President Clinton said the monument to the memory of more than 6 million Jews will stand as a sharp thorn in every national memory. Tonight at the White House, the president welcomed leaders from the 12 European nations here for the opening of the $168 million museum. After touring the museum himself, the president said he can attest to how darkly it teaches and how deeply it moves all who step inside.
Two people who will step inside that museum don't have to be told what it was like 50 years ago during the Holocaust. They were there. Eyewitness News reporter KASEY KAUFMAN brings us their remarkable story of survival and, above all, love.
Stefania and Josef Burzminski, survivor and his rescuer. Their lives changed forever by the Holocaust. Stefania Podgorska was a teenager when Hitler's armies invaded her small Polish town 150 miles from Krakow. A Catholic, she found it impossible to ignore the rising anti-Semitism. Josef was a victim of that persecution, of the anti-Jewish laws that began in Germany and spread throughout most of Europe. He and his extended family were forced from their homes and into the Jewish ghetto. A daring escape brought Josef to Stefania's apartment. She had worked in his family store.
Each day, each minute, we were expecting they will be killed.
At great personal risk, Stefania and her 6-year-old sister rented a small attic apartment in this building, and for 2 years hid Josef, his brother, and 11 other Jewish men, women, and children. After the war, Jewish survivor and his Catholic rescuer were married. That was nearly 50 years ago. In 1990, Josef and Stefania returned to the town of Przemyśl to film a documentary about their inspirational story. For the first time in decades, Josef returned to his hiding place.
And there was 13 people here lying like sardines. Head, legs, head, legs, head, legs.
And Stefania, she returned to the Catholic Church, where she prayed for courage and for the safety of the 13 Jews hiding in her home. It was an emotional pilgrimage.
And I again thanks God.
The Burzminskis have donated family photographs as well as the oral history of their courageous story to the Holocaust Museum. They will be housed here along with the thousands of other symbols of unspeakable hate.
Striped prison uniforms hanging behind bars. Thousands of pairs of shoes taken from Jewish men, women, boys, and girls before they were led into the gas chambers, the crematorium.
Many of the photographs in the museum are quite dramatic because they were taken by the Nazis, and you can tell, I mean, they were taken at quite close range. And the Nazis, the perpetrators, never denied the Holocaust. They documented it every step of the way.
But amid the evil of the Holocaust are the stories of individuals courageous enough to translate their compassion into action. Stories of people like Stefania Podgorska Burzminski and her husband Josef. KASEY KAUFMAN, TV4, Eyewitness News Nightcast.
Incredible stories. Tomorrow night at 6 and 11, KASEY reports on the dedication ceremony.